Welcome to the channel. Today we are breaking down the Marshall Playbook. This is the first in a series of playbook breakdowns on the channel, and I really wanted to go over some different playbooks that no one else really uses. So some unique formations that I don't see a lot. Maybe some mini schemes out of here that you might find useful. And then just break down playbooks that are rare. I think it's fun. I personally like to go through 50 to 60 playbooks every year as we go through NCAA or college football. I just have fun with it. And I cannot run the same stuff over and over and over again. Drives me nuts. So if you like having fun with college football, you like playing in Dynasty, and you want to have something that's a little bit different, I think I've got some stuff here for you out of the Marshall Playbook. We're going to be using the Sooners because they're the Sooners, man. Who else would I use? That's just crazy. So we're going to go through first. We're going to walk through the bunch trio offset. This is the money formation. This is one of my favorites. It's not bunch tight end. It's not gun bunch. It's not bunch strong. It's its own little formation. It's not in a lot of playbooks. I think you can find it in 4 different playbooks. But Marshall definitely has it, and this is one of the reasons why I run the playbook. So, start off with my one of my top plays. It's called levels. You'll see it's a pretty simple concept. No adjustments needed, so this is very dynasty friendly, very home field advantage friendly. So whenever you're on the road and you're playing at the number 2 ranked stadium in all of college football, don't worry about putting somebody on a streak or blocking somebody. Just run this play. It is stock, ready to go. Looking at, see the circle receiver, the inside wide receiver in the bunch is your first read on the drag. And then the square wide receiver is going to come in on a delayed return route. So it's a little different. So you see his route there looks kind of, it's almost squared off. It's almost an in route. It's different than a regular return. A regular return looks like this. Regular return, if you just watch a return, takes 7 years to form up. Look at that. Where are you at, dude? We're on to the next play. This return route's really quick. So if you watch this one, you see circle route comes across, boop, step, step, and then I'm up. It's a really good route. It's pretty unique. You can really use this to attack most defenses. It's fantastic against users. As users will try to take away the circle, you hit square. If they try to wait and give up on circle, you hit circle. Either way, you've got a couple of routes to deal with. And if they just want to squeeze everything down and take away the short game, take away your baby dots, that's what the triangle route is for. The circle is going to be open 70% of the time, 60% of the time, every time. Great against man coverage. If somebody wants to run like a cover 2 man, a cover 1 hole, that'll get open because the 3 rec will take the drag, and then you'll be able to hit the stuff over the top. But if the flat's open, just take it. Take the free stuff. And it is. Great combo out of levels. Love it. So this is a trail play. It's kind of the opposite of levels. Now you have the square on the drag and the circle on the return route. And you have the X on a deep dig, which will really chew up anyone that's playing overly aggressive. They're linebackers, if they're playing on aggressive. That X route's going to get open right between the safeties most of the time. It's also a good route against cover 2 man and cover 1. But same concept. You're just looking for the first route. Is it open? If not, you're going to go to the second. Now, if I come up to the line and I see this, I'm just going inside zone and just taking it all day. This is a great run play. What I love about this formation is just like bunch wide, it really spreads out the defense. If you like running bunch tight end and you're like, I wish I had more room to run the ball, this is your formation. Another good thing about this formation is it has speed option. So if you ever see the teams cheating in, you see all the the 3 linemen are down pinched to the front of your O-line. And then you have the edge rusher on the right side is pushed in a little bit, the left side edge rusher for them. Now you say, well, you know what? Maybe I should just run it outside. And you can do that. Let's respot this so you don't get too caught up in the traffic. So we'll see what this looks like. If you have a quarterback that can wiggle, has a good pitch, you can make something happen. Don't forget speed option is available. If they're pinched inside, take the ball outside. So you have inside zone. You have inside zone. You have inside zone. You have speed option. You have the trail route, the trail play we just looked at. and you have levels. You also have stick. Stick's a good play. Usually run this to the wide side of the field if you can. And if you see that you need to flip it, whatever. Get to the open side of the field. And the reason why you want to do that with stick, because the first route on stick is the triangle route. You're looking for the flat route. If that's not open, you're going back to circle and then to X. And you're just taking it. Now this guy just hammer people. He just hammer people. Out here like John Lynch. And then there's a circle route. Circle route will either be a hitch route against zone, or it'll turn out against man coverage and often match. And then you go back to the X route if you need to at the end. But right there, triangle gets open so often on that flat route, unless they're playing hard flats. Just a standard bunch type combo with a flat receiver. Just kills your opponent. Even X can be an option. He's on the little bit of delayed option route. He gets open an awful lot. So there you go. There's 4 plays. Stick, inside zone, speed, trail, and then we started off with the original play levels. All solid plays out of this formation. You also have the option to be able to go run some corner routes, run some flood concepts. Flood concepts are always really good out of bunch. If you have someone matching you up and trying to stop you from that standpoint, then don't worry about it. You've got plenty to kill match in this formation. And then the one play I didn't cover yet, the alert bubble. Then there's the RPO alert bubble. This, in my opinion, is the best bubble in the game. It seems to get the best blocking that I've seen. Whenever you can throw it and they're not pressing down. And when that play's there, when that's the right call, like right here, usually a really good blocking. This pairs well with trail. So if you work with trail, we're attacking this middle part of the field between the linebacker and the corner. If they want to try to squeeze everybody in and take away the trail routes and take away the level routes, then the bubble is a great complement to force them to stay back outside. And even when the safety plays it, you can pick up some good yards. They want to overcommit, just hand it off to the running back. But I think it just gets really good blocking, and you can make a lot of ground. You see there, you can just keep it to the running back. You get a good gain. I think it's the most reliable bubble that I've seen in the game. I do like also throwing it out of trips, just for the spacing you get, but this is just solid. I mean, compared to, say, running out a bunch tight end or even trio offset weak, I like it. Because you really force the defense, kind of like running a Tennessee wide offense, force the defense to pick inside or outside. That's just a bad pass there. And that's the bunch trio offset. Pretty good formation. You can do an awful lot out of it. I think there's 6 really good plays that you can utilize to move up and down the field. But that's not all Marshall has. Marshall also has bunch tight end weak, which I think everybody's familiar with. And then my other favorite, bunch wide. Bunch wide's a pretty good formation, and we're going to break down why. So bunch wide. What I really like about bunch wide is you can do a lot of things with it. Kind of like the bunch trio offset. It really opens up the middle of the field. And you can see where your gaps are a little bit easier. Like the pre-snap reads are really good. You can tell there's a ton of grass between the Mike linebacker right now and then the outside rusher. And even the safety that's down in the box is going to have a hard time stopping anything through that middle pattern there. In this situation, I'll probably run it and take my chances one-on-one with the middle linebacker. But the inside zone is quite effective. But just look at the pass plays. So bunch wide has a plethora of plays you can call. We're going to start off with drive slot option. There's run random defense. This is a great play. It is a play you depend on the tight end to make a decision here. The tight end can either run a hitch route, an in route, or an out route. And it's just a little 5-yarder, so it's not anything you have to wait too long on. I just read it pretty simple, kind of like we did in levels. I run circle to the drag, then up to X, and then up to R1, which is the deep dig. Drag route is open a majority of the time. Block the running back. X route gets open. He's just going to squat. And what I love about it, he's going to make the determination based off what he sees. By the way, the best run defense in the game is prevent, apparently. So he just makes a decision based off of what he sees. Am I going to squat? I'm going to go in or out. It's a really good route call mode. If nothing else is open, you're going to see that dig route gets open as well. And you can make a pay deep over the middle. Next play up, Y trail. This is a very old play. You probably used it in Madden, or you've seen it many, many times. It's just a quick, simple read, circle to X. You can also put your R1 on a post and then stem them down. This makes it even better. Then you just basically have a Y trail type play like out of Gun Bunch. You also have the option to do some double Texas routes if you want to take your running back on the Texas and then you want to change up what you do with the R1, put him back on the street. But I usually block him because, man, pass rush in this game is crazy. Especially against computer on Heisman, and we always play on Heisman. So circle to R1 to circle to X. That's the read. This is great if you're playing somebody that's using that backside linebacker. If you're using macros, then your slot receiver is going to be put on the, or your number 3 receiver is going to be put on the post and then stem it down. If I would have waited on X, he would have been wide open. The better route there was circle, but you're always going to have that circle to X, and then that post gets open against anything that, if they're being too aggressive, that post is going to get right over the top, which is what you want. Because in this offense, you're going to be lulling people to sleep. You're going to make them start to play tighter and tighter, and that's when you're going to start killing them. But again, the first step for the linebackers is always the back pedal. You're going to have this all day. And then finally, when they give you the right look, there's the post. Pretty good combo. Nothing earth-shattering here, nothing groundbreaking, but it's a pretty good play. Inside zone is so good in this formation, simply because you get a big gap. If you don't run into your lineman, you get a big gap because of the way that the defense is spread out. You can get up the field just like that. It's very consistent. If they start pinching the line in, then you can take it outside. But the inside zone, like right now, this is an inside zone type of play. 47 made a good play on the ball. But up next, we have clear out SE option. It's going to look a little bit similar to the first play we ran through. The circle route is going to be the route that you're looking for. X is going to be on that dig. That dig would have got open. There it is. I threw it right at the other linebacker, though. Ran out of time. But that dig is one that you don't want to give up on. It can get open. I really love the circle. I run this play for the circle route. It just squats, or it goes in or out. I mean, it's just perfect. And I love short option routes, especially whenever they're simple, because then the wide receiver doesn't make as many bad decisions. The good thing is I'm playing against Clemson, which has an 89 overall defense. It's pretty strong. And then you always have, like on the outside, you'll have that streak on the outside you can throw it up to. But the real money play here, clear out Z option, is the Z route. You're just looking at whatever circle does. It's probably going to determine how I'm going to run this play. He gets open a ton. It's such a gorgeous play. Whole reason why I run this play is for that route right there. To further break down the bunch wide, that is now 4 plays that we have available. Another reason why you run this, spacing is really good. It's very similar to what we saw in some of the heavier sets. You're just looking at flat R1 circle. That gets open a ton. That circle route gets open a ton on spacing. That backside slant can be very effective, especially against man coverage. Don't forget to throw that. I always peek at the slant, and then I go back to R1 circle. If they're not respecting the flats, take the flat. Okay, 2 more plays out of this formation that I absolutely love. Even if you don't use this playbook, go find them in a similar one. One of them is cross screen. I don't know about you, but I think halfback screens suck in this version of college football, except for the cross screens. The cross screens hit totally different. Now you got one-on-one with a linebacker here. But you have to worry about getting gummed up in the works and the blocking just being terrible, like it usually is on these screenplays. I don't know about you. I noticed that my running back just like goes and stands next to the linebacker and waits for him to tackle him, like he's being chaperoned. But then, to me, this is the best halfback screen in the game. So far, I found the best bubble that I think is out there is in this playbook, and the best halfback screen. So don't sleep on this one. And the last big play in this formation that I absolutely love is the quarterback blast. To get a prime formation that you run just about everything out of and then also have a blast out of it is awesome. It allows you to be able to really excel at the goal line, or anytime they want to give you a soft box up the middle, you can run this play. Now, I suggest if you plan to run this a lot, you run on conservative. If you're running near the goal line, probably want to run on conservative. But you just get some good yards with this play. Most blasts are like this. This is not even a good front to really run this on, but look at that. Look at the chunky yards. And a lot of that's because the wide bunch is pulling people out of the box. But that's it. That's gun bunch wide. I think you've got a good assortment of plays to be able to run out of this formation. Like between this and bunch trio offset, you can pretty much run these 2 formations up and down the field on most people. And it gets a computer on Heisman most of the time. But, I mean, there's just so much you can do out of this. You usually have good run plays. You get passes to the outside. You build in your bubbles, build in your flat routes. Then you work them back into a levels concept or a trail concept and attack them over the middle. And there's so much you can do. And plus, when they give you a box like this, you just run inside zone and sleep like a baby. It's just easy. Easy street. I think you know all about bunch tied in. You've probably seen that plenty of videos. You also have a bubble out of this. I think the spacing X wheel is a good simple play. Mesh mill is a good play. Shallow H corner is a good play. You just run it stock. If you're on the road, you don't have time to do much else. You can just run it exactly like this. You just throw out the square a lot. You can turn up the sideline with him a lot too. He just gets open like a crazy. Plus, sometimes it does take a little bit to develop. But I mean, this flat will just keep eating them until they play hard flats. When they play hard flats, then that's whenever you hit this scissors route. And you just get chunks of yards on it. So this was just flat to scissors, the backside triangle drag. That's how you read it. 3 routes. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know about you, but I usually can only read 3 reads per play. And that's got them all for you. But otherwise, it's a good formation. You can run... I don't like the jet sweeps this year as much out of it. This mesh slot deep is a really good play. I just streak the tight end, block the running back. I just streak the tight end, block the running back, and then put the triangle on a drag route. So you just have a high-low. And that route gets open a ton. That deep crosser is money. It bites. Bites hard. You're just looking high-low. That deep crosser gets open a lot. And when it does, it's a huge play. Those are a couple of pass plays you can run out of the bunch tight end week, but the bunch tight end week also has halfback dive. Awesome run play. That 47 needs to get paid more money. He's all over the field. Look at that run play. That halfback dive is fantastic. If they ever come out of soft box, just run it. Just run it up the middle on them. Great run play. So that's 3 formations you can run out of this playbook and just eat. The bunch trio offset, bunch wide, and then bunch tight end weak. And then that's not all of it. I think there's some really good glitchy plays. Spread halfback weak is a great formation to run as well. You can run, you can come out and just run basic, like a basic motion halfback option. I like these motion plays. Gets that running back open a lot. But in this play, you're not even looking for him. You're just looking at extra triangle. Because they're going to get open up underneath the deeper coverage. Anything that's not aggressive, they're going to get wide open. Plays like this, you just run the ball. Not a problem. You're just going to keep killing them. Make the opponent play more aggressive on defense. The good news is this formation has this play right here, which is a motion halfback swing. In my opinion, it is one of the best screens in the game. Even though it's not technically a screen. You just get chunks of yards, man. If they overcommit. But like here, they're not overcommitting. You're going to be able to get this play. Then you're getting up the field, getting one-on-one. Just a gorgeous play. Highly recommend it. I'd say one other thing I really like about the Marshall playbook is you have wing tight Z, which has a really good 0-1 trap duo combo up the middle. Whenever they want to try to play too tight on you, you can just simply switch out and punch it out outside on the outside zone option. The best pass play in this formation, in my opinion, is just mesh. But if they want to play inside on you, you can go out on the zone option. You get chunks of plays. Most opponents will try to squeeze in because you have so many hats in the middle of the box. They're going to try to stop that. Otherwise, you're going to tear them up with these inside run plays. And then that's where you go and you flip it back outside to the zone option. But pretty good change of pace type formation. You can also run a lot of the wing pair and the wings. I think these are great formations. This halfback angle route or full play is very glitchy. That X route from the tight end gets open an awful lot. And then you hit the angle route, Texas route behind him. Or just throw to the flat. The flat's open. That tight end route gets open a ton. Want to go deeper? Go tight end attack. And it's mainly for that post route for your tight end. Gorgeous post route. But when you run it, you just put the other tight end on a drag route. That way you get a high-low concept. You see here, it's going to get open a lot. And this is against straight man coverage with an average tight end. Just the angle of that post route. He just gets wide open. This playbook also has split T. I don't run that a lot. If you're a split T guy, this is probably the right playbook for you because you do an awful lot with it. I don't. Certainly something I want to experiment with. I haven't made it there yet. But good double tight end formations. You can do an awful lot with it. Normal Y off weak is a great formation as well. Shallow cross is just money over and over and over again. You have no adjustments on this play. Just run it as is. Your curl combo is pretty good. If they're running just basic zone of any sort, it'll get open. Wide receiver under is really good. That square route gets open an awful lot. So I tell you, I'm a big fan of the Marshall playbook. I think you can just eat with bunch trio offset, bunch wide, and bunch tight end weak. And then sprinkle in a little bit of spread halfback weak, and then whatever you really like to run that's out there. There's 3 different forms of trips formations that are pretty good. 4 different forms that you can run. And the other thing is this playbook has multiple runs from your quarterback. You have the halfback blast out of gun bunch wide. Quarterback wrap out of gun wing Y off weak. You have any of the power reads. There's really good power read plays if you want to run power reads. It has a halfback direct snap out of tray open, halfback strong. QB zone out of empty Y off trips. So yeah, just a number you can go, number of plays. Jet quarterback power out of another empty formation. And they have quarterback run formations out of the 2 tight end sets that are extremely hard to stop. So yeah, I say check it out. Give Marshall a shot. I think this is a playbook that's slept on. Has pretty good combos that can help you win some more games and put up some points. So thank you for joining today. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time in the next playbook. Goodbye.